Hey up guys, Mason here, but I'm not going to bother with the usual Wrestling in the Dark intro because this isn't the podcast, to be honest. I'm in a pissed off mood and I want to come and talk about it because I'm just sick. I'm sick of apps being absolutely terrible when it comes to accessibility, and especially wrestling apps, because I'm here today. I should be doing my NXT versus AEW Super Review. Am I doing that? I don't know, because I don't know whether I'm going to be able to. And this week, it's just one of those weeks where it feels like it's just fighting me. Like, technology is just fighting me and not letting me do what I want to do. And it's quite frankly really, really frustrating. So, okay, I get Fight App a couple of months ago when AEW starts up, right? I get Fighter Fest. I think it's for charity. It'll be great. It's fine. It'll be a fun show. I'll give some money to charity and I'll do a review of it. And lo and behold, I watch Fighter Fest, and like halfway through, maybe 2/3 of the way through, it messes up. I can never get it back. I don't, and I'm trying to rewind or start it again or something. But you know what? Fire Up is full of unlabeled buttons. It is riddled with them. Hardly anything is labelled, and if a button is unlabelled, it means that it's not got, the pause or rewind thing. It's just an unlabelled button, and half the time unlabelled buttons don't work with accessibility. You don't know what you're clicking on, and even if you can click on them, because sometimes, like on the Fight App, you just can't even click on it when you've got talkback on. So I didn't really bother with it for a while, and then obviously AEW starts up on TNT, so I'm like, right, okay, I'll get Fight Up again. I'll try it again, and I've been watching it the last few weeks, and it's worked fine. It's actually been quite enjoyable watching it like that, and it's been like sort of refreshing. But then this week, yesterday, I'm watching Dynamite. Lo and behold, get into the main event. 5 minutes in, app messes up, just stops playing, doesn't tell me why. There's no error message or anything like that. It doesn't even say loading. It's just I'm clicking around, and all it's doing is the little clicking noise that it does for talkback to let you know that you've pressed somewhere on the screen, and nothing is happening. I can't get it working, and in the end I couldn't get it restarted, and I had to have my girlfriend do it for me. And this podcast is something that I do for independence. It's something that I've started so that I've got something to do, because there's not a lot left after losing my sight. And video games is something that I used to really love doing, and I really struggle with them these days, even though I've sort of got it back with using the co-pilot control on the Xbox, etc. But it's still one of those things that I can't do like I used to. And wrestling, it's something that I've got used to, but I still can't enjoy it the same way that I used to. And when I have a week like this, and I can't do it, and I have to have a sighted person do it for me, it just makes it really, really frustrating. And then I could have dealt with it, but then I get to watching NXT, which is the favourite part of my week. As much as I enjoy Dynamite, I'm an NXT mark, and I'm like, yeah, okay, sweet, we've got TakeOver War Games coming, this is going to be the go home episode, it's going to be sweet. Load up the app, go on the episode. Starts 47 minutes in. Can I rewind or pause or anything like that? Well, I can pause if I double tap, but guess what? Unlabeled buttons. Unlabeled buttons everywhere, and I just can't get it to restart. I can't find if there's a start from beginning button. I can't find it. I know that sometimes they put it where you can click on the individual matches, but I can't find them. I can't get it to rewind. I can't get it even to fast forward. And the only thing I can think of possibly doing, and how stupid is this, is I'm going to have to go and press play and then turn the volume down and let it play so that it's finished, and then I can rewatch it from the beginning. So I'm just going to have to sit there doing nothing today, just twiddling my thumbs, finding something else to do, and waiting for that to for the next hour and a half, with just like, my audio down, no way of really knowing when it's finished other than just keeping track of the actual time. And I just find it unacceptable, man. If you're a web developer or you're developing an app or something like that and you don't label your buttons, honestly, you're getting me super pissed off, because it's not fair. Because people like me cannot use the app in the same way as any other consumer, and that's the definition of unfair. It's not even whining, it's just the truth. Honestly, it's so frustrating. There's not unlimited time in my week. There's only certain times that are good for recording, like today, where it would have taken me all day anyway. It takes me so long to record a podcast. If I do it an hour, it's been about an hour and 8 minutes the last few weekly podcasts, and if I do that, that'll take me 3 hours to record, between going and checking my notes and trying to memorise the next 4 steps of the match or whatever, and coming back and doing that, and then going and checking them again because I can't possibly remember everything all in one. It takes me a long time, and then it's got to upload and all that sort of stuff, and it'd take all day. And by the time I've actually gone and watched NXT, I'm not going to have time to record. So I'm either going to have to try and do it tomorrow, or I'm just not going to be able to do an NXT versus AEW episode this week, because, I've also got Survivor Series and TakeOver War Games coming, and they take a long time as well. Survivor Series, I'm going to have to, get up earlier than I usually would to watch it, and I still probably won't be finished by, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. It's just ridiculous. I have to put up with video packages and musical breaks that I have no idea what's going on. I had no idea who Wardlow was. Being the Elite has got so many musical breaks and silences, and I don't know what's going on. And it's just, on weeks like this, it all just piles together, and it's like, for God's sake, is wrestling even for me anymore? Why am I clinging on to something that I clearly just shouldn't even be watching anymore because it's a visual art? And I know that's not. I'm gonna, when I calm down, I'm gonna be like, nah, that's not true, blah blah blah. But it's just, when I feel like this, it's just like, for God's sake, just label your buttons. It's not that hard. You are rich companies. Like WWE is a rich company, and it just doesn't take that much, and it takes the piss. I don't really have much more to say. I just wanted to let all of that out and give a sort of reason for if there doesn't end up being a podcast today. So yeah, I guess if you've liked this, click the like button, share it around, post it out on Twitter. Let's see if we can get this in front of the Fight app or WWE and just make them buck up their ideas. Subscribe if you want the TakeOver War Games and Survivor Series reviews, if I can actually manage to get the app to work to do it. I'm on Twitter at Mason_WITD, and the Discord server will be in the description. I'm off, guys, and you should have a good one.